Hello, so these are my builds after about 30 hours of playing the game with a premium account. As you can see, I have 38 days because the developers basically gave everyone who is playing the game about 10 days of premium accounts with the bonuses and also their sorry rewards. So yeah, probably everyone that plays the game currently has a premium account, which is great, and I think the developers should do more of that. Now, these builds also depend purely on your luck and your consistency in playing the game every day and doing the daily missions, and more importantly, having luck in buying the store items, because they reset every 24 hours or when you buy an item. So, as you can see, you might want some things from here, you might not want some things from here. For sure, it's actually a pretty good torso. But more importantly, Zeus heavy weapon. Just look at the damage on this thing. I'm not sure how good it is because you fire it once and then you need to wait 4 seconds before you fire it again, but it's uncommon. So this is how you get your better stuff. Just recycling the gear and waiting 24 hours for this to change. To be honest, in the beginning I wanted to have the rampants and the tridents, but they're so weak, it's not even worth using them. The heavy weapons are much harder to use than the light ones. So yeah, just cycle through all of the gear until you get the stuff you want. Also, don't bother with the salvage and the blast wave or skills in general, because they're just too hard to use and most of the time you will want to equip strictly the weapons on your mech. So don't bother with the salvage and the skills and, well, the heavy weapons for a very long time. Just try to get the light weapons and the modules that you need, especially the torsos. Keep in mind that you also have to do the daily missions, the weekly missions, and the training. Especially the last one with the Fury. So after you do the jobs, you know how to recycle the gear. What is next? Well, this is where things get a little bit tricky. In the workshop you can build a new robot, but to build a new robot you also need to make it have the proper weight and energy. I mean, yeah, we can just build one over here so you can kind of see the whole process. Keep in mind that the chassis will offer the capacity, which is the weight and the energy. So the torsos can be either light or heavy, but most of the times they're just heavy. Look at the weight over here. Probably, let's say we want the Raven. The shoulders, again, the shoulders don't matter that much. You just have to look at their stats so they're not too weak or too flimsy or just don't have enough HP. And look at the weapon type you can install on them, because some of them are kind of special. So let's say you want the Pursuer. It has only one light weapon slot. Does that benefit you? Not really, but it's a little lighter. So again, you have to look at all of the details. So let's install another Pursuer over here. And then you put the pilot. I don't have any pilots, so it also needs a pilot, remember that. The store also will sell you some pilots. I guess I should have started with this in a way.
A paycheck's a paycheck.
So, show the talents. It doesn't really matter what they have, you should only look at the final one in my opinion. Bullet catcher, because that's the important one.
I'm here for a better life.
And these pilots will be different than the ones you have currently. Ooh, increase pilot by 7%. I guess that's a little more useful. But the paid pilots are so much stronger, to be honest. It's not even a fair game. That's in case you want to have more than 5 mechs anyway. Also, if you make a robot, you'll have it saved over here. So even if you didn't finish it, it will still be saved over here. And then you can just put the weapons. Basically this is a robot, but most of the times if you try and put the skills over here, you will not have the weight or the energy capacity for that. So you might be thinking, well, what's the big deal with the way creating robots like this? Well, it's a lot more complicated than that. Because for example, you can also put the Orochi shoulders on this guy. That means you have a heavy weapon slot over here, which means you can put a heavy weapon like the incinerator. Now, I think I showed this in the other video where I had the cool Orochi build, or the cool Pursuer build. Basically, he was turning invisible and incinerating everyone on the heavy incinerator, but again, you have to look at all of the details. For example, this weapon doesn't deal a lot of damage directly, but it deals a lot of damage over time. I think it deals 9,000 damage per tick. So if you hit someone for a few seconds, you don't do a lot of direct damage, but then after that, after You do the damage, the next 5 seconds it will take 9000 damage, and yeah, it's kind of a weapon that is harder to use because it does damage over time, not directly. So you can have a lot of combinations, but probably what most people will go for is a 5 weapon build and something like that. So check the weight, as you can see it's 45, check the energy, if the energy is good you can get some other skills. The skills are very energy intensive and some of them also have weight, so that's why I guess sometimes you just don't realize that they can also have weight. Sometimes they're also very energy intensive, so that's 6 energy, that's 7, that would be 13 energy, so that's why sometimes it's not even worth it to put them on your robot. I don't think you can delete your custom builds. You can probably delete it, yeah. Okay, so now let's look at my builds. Let's start with the easy one. You'll need a ranged mech, and the ranged mech will probably be your phantom. I don't like using the sniper ones. Mostly because you don't deal enough damage as a solo sniper. You need to have at least another sniper with you to snipe together. So look at the weight, 43 out of 43, 46 out of 45. So why is this build like this? And I don't think I'll ever change it because this is just too good. This is the basic phantom robot. I guess I can change some things here and there, but I like it. Speed is very high, fuel capacity is very good. I guess we can look at some of the others. Fuel capacity is 17 for the Griffin. Maybe I can replace it with the Griffin, but then I will have less energy or something like that. So I don't want to mess around too much with it. Why these ones, the Noricums? Because it's a salvo artillery and it fires quite fast, it reloads quite fast. Basically it bombards an entire area and that's why I need 2 of them. It's kind of like area of denial stuff, it's just to hit targets behind an obstacle. And why don't I have more of the Vortex? Well, first of all they are rare weapons and they're kind of hard to get. But they also have a longer time to reload, 7 seconds as opposed to 4 on the other ones. So they don't really do that much damage. Their main advantage is that they track the enemy. You can even use it in melee almost. But sadly upgrading it doesn't give you much, as you can see. So I don't think I'll ever change this one. Why the supply gear being fuel? Well, you want to run away. Your main weapon is running away. If you get attacked by someone with flamers, you run away. And that's why you need extra fuel. This is all about mobility, about capturing points, about getting a better position, about just disappearing through other means. Keep in mind that this skill over here will allow you to teleport back. So basically, you can be on the front line with 0 fuel. You use this skill, move back, teleport back, use the fuel. And then you can also use the infinite ammo, which is the one that you really want. And only use it after you lock onto your target with the tracking ones as well. It's beautiful. I don't think I'll ever change this one. Oh, this is kind of like my monster one, the pursuer, the ones that goes invisible. I guess I can upgrade his thingy over here. Yeah, I don't have enough for that. I'll probably have to upgrade some torsos at some point, but not now. So what is this build over here? As you can see, it uses 50 out of 50. And I had to change the legs. A Bulgasari is not really a good one, it's the starter one, but to be honest I don't really have another option since it gives me the weight and energy that I need exactly as much as I need. As you can see, I'm using the quantum weapons, which technically are not bad, but again they're starter weapons. Don't think of them as much more than that. I'm also a bit sneaky with the lighter because I will make enemies think that this is a lighter weapon, that we both mostly use lighters. That means we are short range, do a lot of burst damage, and they'll run away. And I think this is what most people should be using, especially in the beginning of the game, deception. They will think you have all lighters on your robot and they'll run away, but I don't have that. I have the electro beams because they have a little more range to them and they are also sustained damage. I guess I can change them with the quantums, but the quantums, well, have more weight and that means I cannot support it. So sometimes it's just about the weight to power ratio. And that's why this is a Frankenstein. As you can see, I have no place for the gears. Keep in mind that you'll be firing your weapons all the time and your skills will only be usable maybe once every 30, 40, 50 seconds. Now the big problem with this is that you'll not be able to kill robots as easily, but you'll just be able to do a lot of damage. So again, that's kind of like the whole idea. I even had to change one shoulder so I was in the weight parameter. Now, this is my favorite robot and the one that will probably get all of the attention and all of the care it needs. I think the best robot in the early game to mid game will always be the Ares. Why is that? Because the barrier allows you to deny damage, allows you to deal more damage. The cooldown is a bit high, but not much you can do about that. And then you can just, you can just play with the basic Ares. So I recommend you have 2 incinerators on your back over here, and then the other weapons will be kind of longer range weapons. I also got a bit lucky and I got this thing over here, the Scatterer, which does a huge amount of damage to armor and the shield and has a quick reload, plus it has decent range up to 200 meters, so you can really chase with it, plus it's a shotgun, plus it will travel through enemies and physical obstacles. That means sometimes you'll be able to hit enemies behind the small obstacle or something like that. Very cool. This is probably the laser that people shoot you a lot of times and you don't know what it is. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but the rate of fire, it's hard to calculate the damage when you have such a high rate of fire. But again, it's uncommon, and sadly, the rarity of the weapon just means it's a lot better than the common ones. Now, why am I using the Ares torso so much when we have a torso that can add another weapon on top of it? Well, simply put, the skill over here is much better than anything else, but look at this, I don't have enough for the gear and anything else. Technically, I might be able to find the solution or put something here just so it exists. Wait, this has no, I think this is how it looks. I guess the ghost turret, let me look. Nah, it's not going to be enough. I guess I can put a blast wave on him. Yeah, I can put the blast wave. Since this is a gear that only has 1 weight and doesn't use any energy. Very interesting. So I guess at some point we'll just find these uncommon skills and gear that will be much more useful to you and you can actually use them. Yeah, I'll have to add that on my mech, but again, this is after a very long period of time, so that's why I don't have anything on them in the gear and the supply gear over here. Don't worry, we'll play a little game and you'll see. Now what is this creature over here? It's a Lancelot. Something that is more used to defend points and attack with your team. I sadly don't have enough for another Punisher, another minigun. But I also have the Magneto over here, which does a decent amount of damage, but it's not really, let's say, a proper weapon. Sadly, I don't have anything that I could use over here until I can craft something else. Yeah, I guess we'll have to leave that on over there. Now, I guess you can try and build a rampant with artillery or something like that, but they don't really work as intended because they can hit a lot of targets behind cover, but the problem is you don't really want that. Probably you want to use 5 of them on the same robot, but they're very heavy, so that will not work, so you need to use heavy chases, but then you'll not have enough energy to use all of them. So again, this is a bit of a sad situation over here, so that's why I choose this option over here. I'll replace it with another Punisher as soon as I can. The minefield, why the minefield? Well, again, this is a defensive mech, so that's why we have only defensive stuff on it. Since the power supply is so low, not much you can do, but you definitely need the minigun mech, so you can... Basically, the miniguns are the most reliable weapons you can get in the game, and they also have a lot of range, a lot of firepower, a lot of sustainability. Plus, when you upgrade them, they get more ammo, so that's why I have them. Definitely need one more. And over here, well, this is a different type of beast in my opinion. The Dragoons make a very good weapon if you know how to use it. Plus, you really need a Fury torso. If you want to use heavy mix, you need a Fury torso. Why is that, you might ask? Well, because you start with the skill already available, so that means you fire all of your weapons and then you can use the refill ammo skill, and guess what? You fire them again. Now, why do I have over here the incinerator? Well, because at close range, these things don't do anything. So the incinerator does a lot of damage, the enemy will usually run away, tick down, and then you can kill them. But I guess now since I have the Zeus, I can use that. I don't think I'll be able to use it. Seems like that thing eats up your energy like it's nothing. There's no way you're going to use something like this. I guess I can put lighter legs, but that will look ridiculous, and guess what? None of them will have the capacity to support all that weight. Yeah, so as you can see, it's kind of like a challenge to have all of the stuff that you need over here. So just put the incinerator over here and don't worry about it. You can put the other heavy weapons, doesn't really matter, but make this a long range build because you need a long range support. Again, I don't really like to have the sniper builds on here, because the snipers can only be used on the lighter mechs anyway. Let's put back the incinerator over here. It doesn't work like that. Not much as I can do over here with. Now, if I would want to design another mech, let's try and design another mech with that thing. So let's build. I mean, the Orochi is kind of interesting that you can make the bigger weapons. So let's see if we can make something out of that Zeus that we just got. I guess we can just put this one over here and see how it works. Yeah, now we need something that has two lighter weapons like the Ares. Then the rail guns. Yes. Yes. Oh, 47. So we need 2 more weight. It's decent. Now over here I recommend you have the flashbang. Usually if you have a sniper bot you want the flashbang. Fly gear, not a chance to put anything else over there, even this is too much. And yeah, this is something I would really build because look at the... It's crazy, it's out of this world, it has a lot of damage, it has a lot of stuff. So I guess that's 8,000, 8,000, 16,000, 24. It's almost 40,000 damage per shot, and guess what? This will actually work as intended. I guess you can test it without a pilot. Again, this is just to kind of show you how you can make some builds happen. You can get super creative in this game. That's very cool. As you can see, it's kind of slow, so you probably want an ammo refill on this thing. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, but as you can see, because of the low fire rate, it will probably generate its shield before you fire again. What about against something like this? That this is usually what follows you around. Yeah, I guess it doesn't do that much damage when it's only one. But it's good damage. Oh wow. I guess it doesn't do as much damage because think about it. You're not going to do all of the damage, you're going to either damage the shield or the armor. Yeah, that's kind of a good one. So this is kind of like the basis for building your robots, and yeah, you can get a little bit crazy. You just need to know all of your available options. Now let's play a little game. This is such a fun build. I forgot to use the rockets. I might replace this one with that one. But no, I don't know. I like the miniguns as well. So we'll just have to see. Keep in mind that we'll have to change your robots at some point because some of the quests will be locked to a certain faction. And you can also change the quest. Wait, what is this thing? I don't remember seeing this thing until now. Wait, what? Oh, the battle pass started. As per level. This is another 10 euros, so I'm not sure. Okay, this is the first time I'm seeing this. We get a Cyclops. Gemini. You know what, I'll probably get the battle pass as well. Sorry about that, but I just like the game a little too much, maybe. I'll only get the battle pass now and we'll see what else happens. Anyway, I don't think the game will have a long life if the developers just continue to pile on, you know, pay-to-win mechanics over all of this stuff. Anyway, just be very creative with your robots and make the robots with what you have. Choose your best options, like the best weapons, your best torso, your best stuff. Don't just rely on what other people tell you. And as you see, you can basically eliminate the skills. You just have bigger guns and better guns. And this is why a lot of people say, well, I'm not killing anything, the time to kill is very high in the game. No, it's not. You just have to decide on what you hit. Because if you build something that will destroy shields, it will destroy mostly shields. If you try to build something that will destroy at close range, it will mostly destroy at close range.
Say when.
Also, this thing is very fast. I mean, I'm not going for very tanky builds.
Back up, everyone. It's payday.
I think we'll see a lot of new robots. Oh, I missed this one. Now you have to really struggle to get your points up for the Titan.
Objective captured.
You get 7% on your Titan for a captured gate. But that's why you should always go for the objective if you have any available. I guess I should go. Oh, wow, see them? This is what I hate about the game sometimes. Sorry, my friend, I'm not falling for your stupid trap. Look at those guys sitting over there. Yeah, I kind of dislike this gameplay style where they just sit on top of something. And they're just waiting to hit you with something. There's no way to counter that play. And then you have the rest of the team just chasing you around.
Get going.
Oh. I wanna go for it. In this case, the only way to win is to not play their stupid little game with their range build. So free sniper robots. Complete nonsense in my opinion. At least I got one of the snipers, I'm happy about that. I'm just waiting for fuel. Oh. Thank you for making my job a lot easier.
One and done.
Yeah, this is why I like this thing. Nice screen, right? Doesn't matter, I completed my goal of eliminating the snipers, which are such a pain. Okay, now I'll play with my other light robot. My best robot is probably the artillery one, but I don't want to use it, it's so slow to kill enemies. So this one thinks he's tough. Oh, don't worry, you'll have to chase that guy as well. Yeah, it seems like most of my games are just related to chasing around the snipers, because the newer players cannot deal with them, and I have to do all of the sniper hunting most of the times on my own. just to help my team members who usually don't really have an answer to this. Again, to chase snipers you don't go sniper. This is why sometimes you need a little bit of range to your weapon systems.
Jump point secured.
Wait, what's happening over here? I don't like this role at all. It's probably the hardest thing to do in this game, chasing snipers. But you don't really have another option. What hit me from what? Yeah. Did I mention that I hate the sniper builds so much in this game?
All
Okay,
set.
it's time to get angry. There's something explodes, right?
Pilot eliminated.
It does all of the damage over time mostly.
Weapons reloaded.
It's like the shields, yeah. It's such a pain. It's almost impossible to deal with people that play like this. I think the other team. It's just all sniper team. The only way to counter that is using my own.
Standing by.
Okay, let's do the boring stuff. Why have fun when you can
Restoring fuel.
just play a very boring game?
Enemies hold more warp gates.
Also, that's very useful to stay longer up in the air.
Warp point online.
Let me put that gate over there. Yeah, with this robot I need a lot of time in the air. Not really ideal, but you can also use this robot to capture. Yeah, just my luck. Yeah, this game is lost. I don't think my team members had a way to deal with all of the ranged nonsense that was coming. Now, this should never happen where you are stuck on the map like this. You should always have a group of 2 or 3 people everywhere.
Enemy Titan deployed.
Warp point online. Restoring fuel.
Let's kind of escape that area. Yeah, the game is lost. I don't think I'll even get a chance to play with my Titan, to be honest. See, that's almost instantly, while the other one needs time to lock on the target. Yeah.
Enemies are close to victory.
What can I do? I tried my best, game. I guess I could have played a little more aggressively, but to be honest, I don't think my mechs are designed for aggressive play. Most of my mechs are just designed for, you know, kind of filling in the team needs. I'm just trying to scare him at this point. Get the gate. But we'll capture the gate as soon as I leave, so...
Incoming missiles.
Titan is ready.
Taking a claim.
What if missiles follow you? That's nonsense in my opinion, but okay. I think that teleport should cancel out the missile lock-on as well. I don't think I can change anything with my Titan. Everything's under control. Yeah, my team is not trying to capture. Yeah, that was to be expected. So as you can see, even if you're playing the best you can, you still will have some issues with the team members, and I guess you have to try and support your team and play for the win, not for the score. This sometimes just happens, so don't be upset about it. At least we had a lot of fun with our mechs, so try to make mechs that are fun, because if you just play the sniper, the one that I played last time, the artillery one, you'll just get bored of the game too fast. Bye bye.